Welcome. Today we're trying something different. I want to keep changing it up for you so that we can keep bringing you interesting stories about how bridging works and how bridging impacts lives. I'm Cara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique, where we use an engineering-based solution because my background is engineering, but I'm also a movement specialist. And so we look at how micro movements in the body allow you to function and move with confidence and ease. Today, our guest for this kickoff is Daniel Lubker, and we've known each other a while, haven't we?
Yes, it's been quite a bit of time.
Like high school?
Yeah, would it be over a decade?
Yeah. So, kind of worked through all kinds of interesting things over the years, and if there's a testament to just life happens to you, life has happened to you.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd just have a little chat and kind of explore like how, what has happened to him and how bridging has been an influence in who he is today and what he's able to do today. So, like back to way back when, there was something weird that happened to you in high school, right?
Yeah, so I always had movement issues. I was a lot heavier when I was much younger. And then what really kicked it off is I got hit at an intersection where a car just crashed into me and it froze up my entire left leg. And so I was sort of shambling when we first met. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was like after that I was able to actually pick my leg up and run for the first time, and it wasn't excruciatingly painful. And that was just after an hour. And so I have a lot of physical trauma I've been through, and we've been over years just untangling that, and at the same time, just like yesterday, I fell off my bike, and so
we haven't put that together yet. but one day.
But it's like you get everything set, and then the entire body adjusts, and then we adjust more, and then new trauma happens to the body, and we undo that. So I come in like every 3 months with my wife, and we just get adjusted.
Like life happens to you, and some people just like to have a date on the calendar so that whatever has happened, they can get reset and kind of like a magic eraser, where bridging can clear up and just refresh, send you back out with good skills. But there's another piece of what we've worked on kind of over the years, and that probably has to do with the original you. Mm-hmm. So you want to talk through like what your posture used to be like?
Oh yeah, it used to be terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. I used to like this.
And this guy, he kind of has a TV gig going.
Yeah.
And so an on camera presence, you want a good posture.
And not only that, I remember so something that was a little more recent that sort of goes in the same is that I always thought that this side of my jaw was an issue and this side was fine, but you actually got this done, and I realized I can open my jaw all the way. That completely fixed a huge amount of my neck pain.
Going back to what happens to you in life, what was that from?
That was from when I was at the dentist like 18 years ago when I was getting braces. They forced my mouth open, and I would get clicking every time I would open my mouth after that.
Yeah, so dental work is can be something that throws us off just with how our head works and jaw works, but that influences posture and our presence.
And so I can say now that I realize what happened, so like when you open your jaw goes forward, and mine would just get locked there. And so I always would have this very specific neck pain in my back that we would keep reoccurring. And ever since you got the jaw to move properly, that neck pain just went away. And so that's sort of it. It's like, and in a way, you're kind of like a detective in that sense, is that you have to like learn where people got injured in the past. But once you can isolate that, you're able to just go in and go, okay. So like I've even had things where I've been like, hey, Cara, my vision's a little weird. And you're like, oh, your eye's acting. It's like a 5-minute thing and my vision improves.
Well, okay. So we're not the eye doctor and we don't check vision for vision, but we look at how's the base of the body, how's your posture supporting the stability of your eyes, your visual system. And so by shoring that up, then your vision improves because the rest of you is functioning better.
I like to think it's like you make the body just work more efficiently the way it's supposed to. So it's not doing all this extra work, and that extra work has to be compensated somewhere.
Yeah. So along the way, you learn about yourself. So, and we always talk about how the body's so interconnected. Anything stand out for you in terms of like something you've learned?
Well, yeah, whenever I have any traumatic impact for my body, I'm now very aware to remember exactly how it happened so that when I come in the next time, I can mention, hey, this happened. So like I remember last time when I actually did get hit by a car while I was on my bike, the previous time, we had that moment where you were working on me and then you were just like, there it is. You like, because it was a pretty fresh, I think at that point it was like 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
And you just found this, because so I was going through an intersection and the person decided they were going to make a turn without looking at all, and they knocked right into me. And so the bike, I kind of felt like this, but I was twisted like that when I fell. And so there was this one moment where you were like, there, and then my entire body just kind of like straightened out.
So really, we do ask a lot of questions about when something happens to you, and maybe you have to make some inferences too about, well, did you maybe land like this, or would it have been a little bit like this? Because what we're really trying to do is get the body back to kind of the scene of the crime. How is it configured when it got hit? Because it's almost like you put hairspray or fixative on it, and that's where your muscles are stuck. It's not just one place, it's the whole system. And so if we can get the whole system there and just give it a little boost and a little wiggle, the whole system releases, and then
and so like even when I fell off my bike yesterday, I actually when I fell, I knew how to fall better this time, so I kind of fell. Instead of twisting, I made sure to fall forward. And I'm fine.
All right, so you've learned how to fall. Oh, no.
But that's the thing. It's like when I've done this long enough that I'm able, it's like, I think that's the thing we've always talked about is like even like the work I do, it's hard to very succinctly explain what exactly you're doing, because in a lot of ways, like at least for my work, it's trying to give people a vision of something that they don't even realize is an option of a vision. So like, I do video production, I do this kind of stuff here, and the idea that anyone could just hire a television studio and a box to go out to wherever and film is not even a concept people can really articulate, and they don't really even know the details of how to do that and learning how to best utilize time. And I feel like that's kind of, we've had sort of the same stories, that it's I feel like because we filmed a lot of these, I feel like everyone that's for the first time, when you go through it, you understand it. It's just a matter of getting here for the first time.
Right. It's like you have to experience it too, because words are kind of hard to describe, which is why we're doing these videos.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing. It's like, I feel like once people, that's at least what I've noticed, all the people that you filmed, is that once they go through the process and they've had the changes, it's super obvious that this is both real and it's really effective and it's really easy to do. But it's just, you have to have the skill set you've designed to very specifically know how to look for these issues in the muscles, where they're tense when they shouldn't be, where they're improperly done, and know how to unwind that. And
I always say it's hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
So, so, okay. Thank you so much. Hopefully Daniel's insights have been helpful for you and interesting, and we'll have more of these to come.